Last question for you, and away the rush to go. Beterbiev, Bivol, you watched the fight. Who do you think won the fight?
Yeah, I watched this fight. I think Bivol win this fight.
No.
No.
Not 50-50. One, Beterbiev is 38 years old. Beterbiev has been down.
Yes.
Bivol has never been down.
Every time. Beterbiev will throw a combination, and right away, Bivol will retaliate with a counter with more volume.
Because of his superior ring IQ footwork and defensive abilities, boxing experts predict that Dmitry Bivol will defeat Artur Bet in a rematch. Bivol has an advantage since he can efficiently control distance counterpunch and evade Beterbiev's power strikes. He is a formidable opponent over 12 rounds because of his endurance, discipline, and flexibility.
Controversial rounds in the later rounds. But I can tell you this. I've had Bivol, because we were watching the fight and we're focusing on it because we knew it was a tough fight. And everybody knows that Beterbiev is very strong and he can hurt you with any punch. But up to the seventh round, I had Bivol winning the fight with his moves. He was moving really well on his feet. He was countering. Of course, he was getting hit because it's a fight. But he will get hit with 1-2 or maybe a hook and a right, and he will come back with a 1, 2, 3, 4, boom again. And then he'll move and boom, boom, jabbing. He was busier with his jab. He was busier with his counters.
In the lead up to the rematch, Bivol seems focused on correcting the mistakes he made in the first fight, noting that it's not only about the title anymore. His attitude now points to a deeper desire for redemption.
I wanna make second fight, and I wanna be winner of this fight. What about belts? Now, which I could see before, I was so wanted to have these belts and nothing else. But today, I want not only just belts. I wanna revenge. I wanna fix what I did before. I wanna win, not just belts. It's not only about belts now.
After a first fight that split opinions, boxing observers view this rematch as a thrilling encounter. The speaker believes that Bivol won, but Beterbiev's choice wasn't irrational. Another exciting encounter is promised at the rematch on February 22. Styles Bowl's rapid hand combinations and Beterbiev's unwavering strength were contrasted in the first fight.
In this epic rematch, a first fight that divided opinion. Most, including myself, believed Bivol won it. But you couldn't really argue with Beterbiev getting the decision. Was it too wide on the scores? Yes, it was. Anyway, that's all history. They fight again Feb 22nd in what is no doubt going to be another epic fight. The first fight, again, just to quickly tread back on that, was one of my favourite fights of last year. Contrasting styles, Bull v Matador. Obviously, Beterbiev being the Bull, Matador being Bivol with his fleet-footed, quick hands, flurry of combinations against the heavy-hitting, knockout artist, the destruction, wrecking ball that is Artur Beterbiev. I thought that the movement from Bivol was so good early on, and it frustrated, it annoyed Beterbiev throughout lots of that contest, certainly early on. But 10, 11, 12 were big rounds for Beterbiev. How do I see this rematch playing out? Well, when I looked back at that first fight, although I thought Bivol won, I do believe Beterbiev could potentially do better out of the two in the rematch.
In the rematch, Bivol dominated the early rounds, irritating his opponent, but BF dominated the later rounds. BF could have done better by exerting pressure earlier, but he needs to be careful not to unbelievably. If Bivol adjusts, he might win with greater clarity, making this conflict even more fascinating.
The nod, and we could be so lucky that we see a trilogy. And I mentioned pot of gold. Where does the winner go? Well, the winner will reign supreme in the light heavyweight division. This is about legacy, though. This is about really cementing yourself as arguably the best light heavyweight that's ever graced the sport of boxing. And then there's opportunities for the winner, obviously. David Benavidez looks so good in defeating Morrell. I mean, this man is is a beast. He does not stop throwing punches. A little unorthodox, I think, at times when he lets his shots go. But he's got a great chin, though he was dropped against Morel, more off balance. He's got a great chin. Like I say, he's a unit. He's huge.
Boxing experts have emphasized Ball's skillful use of the jab, right hand, left hook, straight right combo. Whenever Ball uses this sequence, his opponents find it to be a haunting moment. Analysts predict that Bivol will use more force in the rematch and concentrate on employing body shots to weaken. Many observers of Beterbiev's first fight noticed that Bivol seemed to have won at least 7 rounds, indicating his capacity to manage and control Beterbiev. This performance highlighted Ball's technical skill and tactical approach, leading many to conclude that he has the resources required to win the rematch.
Bivol has a lot of skills, man. He's a very talented boxer. Beterbiev has the power. I felt like Bivol won at least 7 rounds. You know, he controlled most of the fight. And what you saying as he was punishing him or whatever, I felt like he was fighting like he knew he was losing. He was the guy that was trying to get back in the fight.
Okay.
And most times I don't agree. Well, I don't say most times, but sometimes I don't agree with the commentating. But I felt like he was definitely down and needed a knockout to win. But, you know, he definitely hurt Bivol. You could see some of those shots, even though they weren't clean shots, they were affecting him. And you gotta give him credit for the power that he has and also the resilience to just keep fighting to the end of the fight. But it wasn't many clean shots. He was catching them with, like, you know, short uppercuts and, you know, the jabs and everything, but those punches were hurting him. So I wanted Beterbiev to win, but I felt like Bivol, you know, because there's a scoring system, he was the winner of the fight. But if boxing was like, you know, whoever's getting their ass beat at the end, like a real fight.
Yeah.
But that ain't how it worked.
Yeah.
In his analysis of the impending rematch, famous coach Joel Diaz has favored Bivol, pointing out his rapid movement and busy jab, stressing that his combo punching might provide Beterbiev with serious difficulties. According to Diaz's observations, Bivol's quickness and level of activity could be key elements in the rematch.
He was busier with his counters. He would block and counter every time. Beterbiev would throw a combination, and right away Bivol will retaliate with a counter with more volume. So in the later rounds, obviously Bivol, you know, had a really strong fighter coming forward at him. He sort of slowed down. He got tired. Maybe three rounds, maybe 4 rounds. And if I had to judge the fight, I saw it for Bivol, not because he's part of my team in a way, because all these fighters are the same team, same management, and considered part of the same team. But I saw the fight. I gave Bivol at least 7 rounds. 7-8 rounds I gave to Bivol, honestly.
So worst case,
I saw him win. Worst case, 7 rounds. But I gave him 7 rounds.
do you feel like there has to be more scrutiny on the type of judges? Because
Definitely.
It doesn't matter what people see, it's what those 3 people see. And sometimes you can have judges that favor the pressure, and then there's others that favor the boxers. Do you feel?
Not only that, there are judges that focus more on the later rounds, you know? They really don't do much, but they don't focus much on the early rounds, only on the later rounds.
Oscar De La Hoya, a boxing promoter and former champion, thinks Dmitry Bivol will win the rematch because of his unique style and superb footwork, which he feels will be crucial factors in his success. De La Hoya's evaluation emphasizes how crucial it is for Bell's technical proficiency in movement to experience greater BV power.
It's a very unique style. I would have to give Dmitry Bivol the advantage here a little bit because he has better footwork, you know. Beterbiev kind of like just stalks you down, you know, and with Bivol, he's just like constantly bam, 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 you know. I love that. He's a good boxer, man, with power. So, and he's got skill up here. It's a tough fight to call. But I'm gonna have to give Dmitry the advantage. I think it's all about respect in the first few rounds. You know, how he's gonna take his punch if he has a chin. I mean, I think Beterbiev has a better chin than Dmitry Bivol. For some reason, I just feel that. I don't know if it's true, but if Dmitry Bivol can catch him, offset him, get him off balance with his footwork, I mean, yeah, it could be a long night for Beterbiev.
According to Dmitry Bivol, this fight is about more than just the title. It's a quest for vengeance. He feels privileged to have the chance to rematch, recognizing that most fighters don't get this opportunity. Bivol is committed to demonstrating all of his abilities and making amends for the errors he made in the previous fight.
One, are you happy with an immediate rematch, or would you have preferred a little bit more time to rest?
No, I'm so appreciate that I have the chance, and I cannot I cannot let myself to think that it's not good time, or it's not good this, that. No, I'm happy that I have a chance. Not too much people has a chance and to have rematch, but I have it, and I'm glad.
So going back to the last fight, Dmitry, when I saw you that Sunday, you had said that you were going to go and see Turkey and Beterbiev about the rematch. And then you guys posted a photo. You guys were together. I'm just curious, like, how was that seeing Beterbiev the day after the fight?
That's fine. Just normal. Like before the fight, the same.
Did you guys talk? Like, what'd you tell him?
No, we didn't talk. We talk only with His Excellency.
Oh, wow, okay. So it wasn't weird, it wasn't awkward.
It's something new, I didn't have before in this situation, but it was fine. It was like men talk, It's I like what His Excellency did, that he invited both of us and he asked, do you want rematch? And we said, yeah.
So speaking of the rematch, Dmitry, just overall, what do you think about this rematch, and how different of a fight do you think it will be this second time around?
I think it will be a little bit different, and I think it will be more interesting for the fans, because we already know each other, and it's very soon we could prepare ourselves better for this very much.
How many times have you seen the first fight already?
Maybe 2 times.
To be ready for the rematch, Bivol has been using unconventional training techniques, such as bathing in snow. Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. admits that Artur Beterbiev is a strong fighter with remarkable punching power, but he also observes that Beterbiev has appeared to be slowing down, perhaps as a result of aging. This finding implies that Bivol may take advantage of Beterbiev's diminished speed and agility in the rematch.
No. Not 50-50. One, Beterbiev is 38 years old. Beterbiev has been down.
Yes.
Bivol never been down. Bivol been in there with who at the time was pound the best, which was Canelo Alvarez. Made him look like nothing. So I'm not saying it's 50-50. Beterbiev got everything to show me to bring it back up to 50-50. Right now, Bivol has the advantage 60-40. Now, Beterbiev is a hell of a guy and a hell of a fighter and has an awesome power. But he also has been down. So it's like when I look at that, I always look at stuff from where I used to see things standpoint. Yeah. And the way I saw it, if somebody else knocked you down, I got to get you down. You understand me? Now, that's a hell of a push to walk through to get him down, though. So it's a very dangerous game that people all got to play, because Beterbiev is the best puncher probably ever in that division. You understand me? So it's a great fight. If it's 50-50, it's because of his puncher power.
Although he declined to make a firm prediction, superstar boxer Canelo Alvarez has commented on the rematch, saying that it's a fantastic battle between two amazing fighters. His recognition of both fighters' abilities heightens the excitement for the fight.
And just one more from me, Beterbiev Bivol, the rematch. What a great fight that is in Saudi. How do you see that playing out, Saudi?
It's going to be a really good fight again. Both are great fighters, and
do you see yourself fighting a light heavyweight again?
Do you think I'm blowing
Maybe.
Let's follow Dr.
Alexander Usyk, the unified heavyweight champion, has stated that he believes Ball will prevail in this bout. His faith in Ball's skills strengthens the case that Bill has what it takes to defeat Beterbiev in the rematch.
Last question for you, and away the rush to go. Beterbiev, Bivol, you watched the fight. Who do you think won the fight?
Yeah, I watched this fight. I think Bivol win this fight. Oh, not Bivol, but Beterbiev win.
You scored it to him?
Listen, for me, I say for me like a 6-6 for round. Yeah. But more procent win Beterbiev. Last 3 round, 100% win Beterbiev.
Very middleweight contestant David Bennett feels that Vol will win the match because he believes that Ball's striking combinations were superior and that Vol defeated in their first fight. Ben's viewpoint emphasizes how successful Ball's attacking plan was versus BBV.
I thought Bivol won that fight, to be honest with you. It was a close fight. It could have went. Couldn't have went either way. I feel like Bivol won most of the rounds. He controlled most of the rounds, and his combination punching was better.
Do you think he wins the rematch?
I think he does.
Yeah. Is it different, or do you think it's more?
I mean, I don't know, because both those fighters are both high caliber fighters, so they can make adjustments. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the same fight or not. But if it's the same fight, I feel like Bivol wins.
Roy Jones Jr. said that the first fight ended in a draw and called for a rematch right away. This remark suggests that Bivol might have been unfairly assessed in the first fight, which fueled his desire for vengeance and inspired him to perform to the best of his abilities this time.
What up? Being that I was the last unified undisputed champion, probably about 25 to 40 years ago, I don't know how long it was. Last night we had a very fantastic fight. A fight that I thought could have gone either way, but you know, what happens, happens. However it goes, nobody won nor lost the fight by 4 points. So that's ridiculous, which is why I say we need an immediate rematch. Both guys did a lot to change. Beterbiev showed me more than he's ever shown me before about being a boxer. He actually can box, and I was surprised. Bivol was a very good defender, which we knew. He was a good counterpuncher, which we knew. He jumped out to the early lead, I thought, but you know, we never know. But however it comes down, Beterbiev did finish the fight strong or stronger. So that's why I think, in my point of view, the fight should be a draw, and let's get a rematch. You heard me? Yes. By the head in the building.
Thank you to everyone who saw this video.